Hello and welcome to this edition of Rowland Sports. I'm Tyler Rowland. We're coming to you from All-T Blazer High School with some familiar faces from the men's basketball team that have now gone on to the next level to play. We have Colin Porter, Cole Villers, and Ethan Sellars. And guys, first off, always good to see you here. And Ethan, we'll start with you. How's your talk about your year at Cedarville? And because you got to see the court quite a bit there.
Yeah, it was a good year. I mean, starting off the first semester was a little bit different than high school, obviously, like getting used to with academics and stuff and balancing that with basketball. But when it comes to basketball, it's a really solid year for us. I mean, I got to play probably around 10 to 15 minutes a game off the bench. So, I mean, sometimes that would be me scoring or sometimes that would be just not scoring the ball and just playing defense. So my role definitely changed a lot throughout the year, but being able to see the court a lot my freshman year was definitely an upside to that. So.
Mm-hmm. And for you, what do you feel like something maybe was something that you learned or something you added to your game?
Probably just playing against taller players and more athletic guys. Like, you have to finish around the basket a lot in more different ways than in high school. I mean, I can't out-jump people anymore. So just probably that was probably the biggest thing getting used to.
Nice. And Cole, for you, first off, talk about how your knees do. I know you took a medical red shirt year, but it looks like you're quite optimistic and for good reason.
Yeah, no, God's always blessed me through ups and downs. I know he's going to do that again. Whenever his plan is for my life, it's going to prosper. But yeah, my knees, it's feeling great. I'm just doing rehab about 4 days a week over in Ironton now. And I'm really trying to get back on the court and play again because I feel like God's not done using me yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for you, I know that although you're still trying to get back next year, I know you still early on to get the opportunity to get in and play against some of the guys at the Division I level, and it seemed like you fit in quite well and did comfortably with it.
Yeah, no, I had a real good preseason. I had these 2 surgeries, but it is like what Sally was saying, just more athletic, taller guys. You have to get your shot off quicker and finish from the basket better. So I was just mainly saying around the 3-point line. I wasn't really driving much because my shot would get sent. But no, it was a really fun experience. I'm just glad I got to have it before I had these surgeries.
Mm-hmm. Colin, for you, talk about playing the point guard position at Liberty at the Division I level. Maybe what you liked about the year and something you learned.
Just being in college basketball, I feel like it's a game of trust between you and your coach. And Coach McKay trusted me through the ups and downs. I got better as the year progressed. But even whenever I wasn't playing the best, I mean, he had 100% faith in what I was doing, and he knew that, hopefully that it was going to change at some point. And so we had talks throughout the year, and we just kept on, and he believed in me, and it helped me know that, like, my spot, so to say, wasn't in jeopardy because of one bad game. We've had plenty of practices, and he just trusted in the work that I was putting in and God's plan for our team. So it was really cool to see him give me that leadway as a freshman point guard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for you, Ethan, we'll start back and let's talk about this camp that you guys are putting on. Did you guys? How did this come about?
I know we talked about it a little bit when we first got to college, just kind of trying to get back to the community and considering how much they gave to us. And so, I mean, Colin kind of texted us this second semester, was like, hey, and really got it together for us. So, I mean, it's just great that we were able to get back to the kids. And, I mean, I know the older guys, when we were younger, we looked up to them a lot. So just being able to show them the love and sport that we have, especially with the game of basketball, it means a lot to us.
Mm-hmm. And Cole, how did it feel to get to come in and give back to the youth that are here?
Yeah, no, it's a really unique opportunity because, like you said, I remember being young one day, and I'm still young, obviously, but I'm being real little, and coming to, like, the Tomcat camp, the Buddy Biggs camp, and, like, just how fun it was. So then, like, obviously, us 3 were blessed with a really good high school career, and I just felt like once Colin set this up, it was almost like God's plan. It went really smoothly, and then, like, just to get back to the kids and just to actually understand where they're coming from nowadays, because it's a totally different world now than it was 10, 15 years ago. But just being able to reach them emotionally, just mentally, it really means a lot to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Colin, for you, what was it like training, I guess, the next generation of point guards coming up? What was it like working with the kids?
It was awesome. The future is definitely bright here, and there's some great players. But I think they hit the nail on the head. It was just really cool to experience that. Like you said, Ashland, the community of Ashland is, I would say, it's perfect. Like they always supported us, and they still support us to this day. So we had people like Chuck Risk who like reach out, and he donated things to us. Christina Walmsley also donated to the camp, and so just having people like that in this community, that's kind of what it's all about here at Ashland.
Mm-hmm. So Ethan, let's talk about Ellen with her play this year. They end up not just getting to Rupp Arena, but winning the game. How did that feel for you, just given how much you've worked with training her?
Yeah, I mean, she's one of the hardest workers I've ever been around. I mean, when she was probably, I mean, she's definitely a late bloomer to the game. She didn't probably start taking it serious probably to like seventh or eighth grade, but when she started falling in love with it, she really just went full head of steam. And I mean, she's in here twice a day at least, whether that's shooting both times or lifting and then shooting after, and whether that's multiple people working her out. But it's just been awesome to see, especially as a big brother, to see everything that she's done come to fruition. And I mean, she had a great game, a great couple of games in the regional tournament, especially that championship game, just to see her shoot like that. And I mean, she works on her shot all the time. She hasn't been the best shooter, but to finally see her knock down shots and to be a confident shooter, catch and shoot off the dribble, it's been really special to see.
Yeah.
Cole, I wanted to ask you about one of the most incredible moments in the history of basketball at Ashland. I know you've been a part of some amazing moments yourself, and I'm sure this one ranks right up there with the best of them. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, he wants to step out to the three-point line, Tyler.
Oh, man, Mays will try it. Yeah! What? Yes! Luke! Oh,
that looks like a good one to end on, Tyler.
This shot was hit by Ashland's team manager, Luke Mays, in the Challenger League game when the clock hit 0. The atmosphere was just wild when he hit that. And what was it like? Because you were there. So to see that moment firsthand, and how did it make you feel to see Luke hit that shot?
Yeah, no, I was back from Moorhead with the surgery, and I remember I was sitting up on the visitor side of the stands. Don't really ask me why. I don't know why I was over there, but I remember Luke, he had missed his first few shots, but his confidence has never been a problem with Luke. So he comes down close game, 3, 2, 1, splash. Game winner. Luke hits it, he starts running around going crazy, and that's the Luke we grew up with. That's what he just enjoys every second. If he's making shots or if he's not making shots, but that night he had a big game winner, but Luke's always a winner, so we're just really happy to have him around, and we love Luke.
Yeah, and Colin, I know that you guys also recently helped out the Challenger League with the baseball events they hold. Talk about that and what it was like, because I know that in addition to Luke with his involvement, that you guys have also had tremendous involvement with the Challenger League as well.
Yeah, I've only been able to catch one of the games, but just seeing Luke, he was catching, and he's calling balls and strikes every pitch. So he is really a light to everyone, and not only him, but the whole Challenger League itself is really awesome. And I have my own Challenger League hoodie that has Mays number 0 on the back, so we're always here to support, and he supports us in everything that we do, and he's just really like a brother to me, so we love him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Ethan, how did it feel about to see? Of course, this team had a lot that they went through this year. How did it feel, Ethan, to see Ryan Bonner get to go to Rupp Arena and also win again?
Yeah, I mean, it's been awesome. I know when me and Cole started playing like JV and stuff, Ryan was always our coach, and so just seeing him grow from JV coach to assistant, and then you just got thrown in the fire with that interim head coach job. I mean, it's been awesome to see him take over Ashland and really help those kids out. I mean, it's a lot going through a coach change. I know me and Cole went through that our freshman year. There's a lot of ups and downs, but I think he did a great job, and I'm super happy that he's here to stay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Cole, for you, what was it like seeing you have guys like Braxton Jennings, you have guys like, just naming off the top of my head, Nate Freeze, Xander, some of those guys that got to play and did very well in their time this year at winning the region and going to Rupp. For you, what was it like to
to get to see those guys come in and perform that you were working with for so long, to come in and perform at such a high level.
Yeah, well, especially nowadays, a lot of like, if you're not getting to play your freshman or sophomore year, it's almost like get out and like go somewhere where you can play. And it's like the Tucker, Asher, Nate, Tristan, all of them, even Braxton, as you were saying, Tyson this year, like they're sticking it out. And to see them have like such good games in the region tournament, and Braxton hit that game winner at state, like that just shows like if you can stay where you're at, if you're in like a good environment, which Ashland is the best environment you can be in, and like you can see yourself getting a chance, just like keep working, because that's what they did. They put in the work, and now obviously they're prospering in their roles. So I'm just really grateful to see the work that they put in and the time that they waited for just come to fruition, like he said earlier, and just like they succeeded at the highest level. So I'm really happy for them.
Mm-hmm. And for you, Colin, what was it like just keeping up from Liberty, seeing these guys? You saw, of course, Race DeBoard, who's come in, and I know Race is working so hard to become he was a great scorer already, but this year you saw how he learned to be a great distributor, which is a big part of the team's win in the region. Talk about what, because I know you worked with him a little bit, and talk about what it was like seeing him grow.
It was awesome. I mean, I think he's going on to KCU now and playing at any level in college basketball with the transfer portal and everything. It's a challenge itself. So I'm just very thankful that he got that opportunity, because he deserves it. He's a hard worker, like you said. But I watched a few of the games this year, and he really was a lot of times the best player on the floor. He was doing what it took to, it was a Boyd County game. He was getting down in the paint, and he was like dishing to either a three from Tristan Tucker, or him and Nate Freeze had the pick and roll going. So he knows how to play basketball, and he's going to be great at KCU. So, I mean, nothing but just love from him, because he's a really good player, and he accepted the adversity this year, and you've seen him win the regional championship. So That's awesome.
Yeah, and for you, Ethan, what are your goals coming up over the next year as a player?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I want to just get bigger and stronger and faster, especially at that next level. Physicality is a lot different than high school. But, I mean, I want to I think I can be more of a scorer next year. This year's a little different coming as a freshman. We have a lot of people coming back, but Coach really talked about me trying to get more of a scoring role, and at the point guard, it's a lot different because I've been playing with Colin my whole life, so I haven't really had the chance to play point guard. So I kind of got thrown into the fire this year, but just developing as a point guard and continuing to look to score is pretty much what I'm developing.
What about you, Cole?
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to get healthy, and I honestly don't know what my next step is, just with my knee, because they were two pretty big surgeries, but I just know God's plan. Like I said earlier, it's going to prosper. So whether that be training kids, like obviously this camp, like I've been doing recently, or if that's playing at Moorhead or anywhere, I'm gonna give it my all, and I'm not really sure what the next step is, but God's gonna bless me because I'm putting my faith in Him. So I'm just trusting in His plan, and I know I'll be good because I'm in good hands.
Just trying to grow as a person, player, and just living down there at Liberty, being around great people, having a great mentor and Coach McKay. So I'm just trying to be the best version of myself, no matter what, just trying to win and hopefully make it to the NCAA tournament.
Ethan, what at Cedarville, what's something maybe you get some spare time, what's something maybe a fun or maybe a cool thing that happens on campus, what's something you like to do?
I know a lot of the basketball guys like to go play golf, so I mean, if we have any spare time, that's kind of the main thing we do. But if not, it's really just studying. I know academics is pretty tough there, so I mean, if we don't have basketball or studying, the only thing we do is pretty much golf. So.
All right, is there a particular course that you go to?
Yeah, there's a course about 15 minutes away called Locust Hills, and they have 36 holes. So I mean, we get on pretty easily, considering there's a lot of holes to play.
Oh, nice. Yeah. What about you, Cole?
Yeah, well, I wasn't on campus much this year because of my surgeries, but there's this gas station hibachi place right down the road from campus. I think it's called Hibachi Express. And they just put one in Ashland. But man, I was going to that place every day, and I gained a few pounds. So it might have been God's plan that I got hurt. So I went and gained too much weight. But no, either go eat or just Cave Run Lake's down there. So a lot of players, whenever it's warm and just people like students, go to the lake and just kind of hang out down there.
Yeah. What about you, Colin, at Liberty?
I would just say just hanging out with the team. We just like to have team dinners, team bonding, like the way we had here. we have convocation twice a week, so pretty cool speakers and all like singers. There's been a lot of people come in, so it's been cool just to see. We've had Casting Crowns there. Mike Pence was there. There's been a few people that's been really cool, and that's just something that we get to experience there. So
That's awesome. And lastly, there any shout outs you'd like to give?
No. Shout out Christina Walmsley for helping us with the concession stand. We really appreciate that.
I'll shout out my brother Christian, My Divine Plan. Rep it if you can. Get some merchandise. Buy his book, maybe buy a hat. But like I just throw that out there.
Yeah, love what he's done with that.
yeah, I got to took risks for the donation. We had a great talk yesterday. And then my mom for Mother's Day tomorrow. I can't forget.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We want to say thank you all for tuning in and watching, and be sure to keep up with media providers. You'll see these three continue their college careers, and of course what's going on. And we thank you all for watching this episode of Rowland Sports, where you meet the athlete.